Hello and welcome to CISA tutorial for beginner. I am Ajit Srivastava. This is part 8 where we will be discussing about array in CISA. If you haven't seen my previous videos where I have discussed various data types and the memory allocation for those data types and other details, I would strongly recommend you to go through those videos before starting this one. So within this session we'll be covering what is an array. We'll see a sample program with array, how to implement array and how to use it, and how actual memory allocation happens for an array. So basically you can say that array is a collection of similar elements which can be accessed using its index. So I'll give one example, I guess that will just clear your doubts. So for now let's jump to code. So let's start with an example where basically I want to store 10 integer variables, right? So till now what we have learned, with that what you will be doing is you will be creating 10 different integer variables, right? Which is kind of easy to do. But what if I'll say I need 50, 100, thousands of variables, right? So that will not be possible to write a variable for 100 times, 1000 times, or even lakhs of times, right? So for those purpose what we got is array. Okay, so to declare an array what you have to do is whatever the type you want to use, like you want to store 50 numbers, right? And if 50 integer numbers, right? So to store integer numbers in array, so integer array will be declared using this. So this one gives you the integer array. Okay, so let's give a name, array equals new. Now here you have to give the size. I mean to say, as I mentioned, like if I want to store 10 numbers, 10 integer number, so array always comes with a size. Whenever you try to define an array variable, you have to give it size. Okay, so this one I did. Now what I wanted to do is so let's, for example, let's don't take 10, let's say I'm taking 5. Okay, so I want to store just a 5 integer variables in an array. So to this one will create an array and it will have but default values, because this one just we have created the array but we haven't assigned any values to it. Okay, so if we'll try to print this, okay, okay, so second thing is you have to access these elements using index. Okay, console, let me just try to print this, console dot write line, this is my variable, and in this variable we have 5 integer values, okay, which we can store in this array. So to fetch those individual value we have to use index. You just remember in C# index always starts with 0. So first element will be accessed using 0th index, second element by first, third element by second, and so on. So let's say I want to access just the first element of that array. Okay, let's do this for all. It will be better to understand. So let's do it 1, 2, 3, 4. So here I have just created one array. I have not assigned any value and I am trying to just print those values. So if we'll run this, just see what we'll get. So let's add console.read so that after printing those it will wait for output. Press F5 and you can see all are zeros. This is why, because the default value of an integer is 0. Okay, due to that, since we have not assigned any value to this array, due to that we are getting all zeros. So now let's assign a values. So I want to assign at my first value I want to assign is, let's say, 5. So first value that I want to assign is, let's say, 10. second value I want to assign is 20. Okay, so as I mentioned, like it will be accessed using index. So this one will give you first value of the array, this one will give you second value, similarly this will give third, this will give fourth, and this will give fifth. So let me just change the values. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is I have created one array of size 5. So this is an integer array, this is an integer array. Okay, and its size is 5. That means it can at max store 5 integer values. Okay, each values can be accessed by the index. Okay, and index the first value will be at index 0. So that's why we are starting from 0. So you have to just make, I guess I have 0 1, just index 2 I want to give. Okay, so you just keep in mind, like first value will be 0 and last value will be the size of the array minus 1. So total size of array is 5, so 5 minus 1 4. So last value will always have at the n minus 1. Okay, so these are 0 1 2 3 4 is my index. So now let's try to print it. You should be able to see the value. You can see you are able to see the values, right? Now just one mistake I did here, right? So let's see what it was. Instead of 4, what if I am trying to access which is outside of this size? Okay, now let's try to print. It's crashing. My system is saying index is outside of the bounds of the array. So for this array the bound is 0 to 4 because its total size is 5, and I'm trying to access the 6th element. Due to that we are getting this exception. So with array you have to always take care, you should not try to access any index or a value at a particular index which is beyond the size of your array size. Okay, so this is the one of the major thing that you should always take care. Okay, so just do this and you should be able to print this, right? Similarly, let's say if you want to create an array of float, no need to do anything, just so now this array becomes float type, it will store float values, right? So you should be able to print it. Similarly, if you want to create array of strings, string, just assign string value here. Right, should be able to print it, right? So whatever the type you want to create, you can create an array of that type. Now let's go to our definition. So array is a collection of similar elements. Similar element means if you are creating a string array, all the values will be of same type. Okay, so that's why I'm saying collection of similar elements, or you can say collection of similar data types. Okay, and it will be accessed using index. So whatever the 0 1 2 3 4 I am giving, these are called as index. So it will always be, you can access an array using index. So I have just given the same code here for the reference perspective. Okay, okay, so next thing I wanted to discuss is this one. So whenever you declare an array, how actually memory got allocated. Okay, so for example, I am trying to create an array of integer type and its size I want to be 5, means I want to store 5 integer values in this array, right? So how actually memory will be allocated for this array? So what C# does is, so you can see here this is 1 2 3 4 5. So what compiler will do is it will allocate 5 continuous memory allocation. So since integer takes 4 byte, right? So it will take 4 into 5 20, it will allocate 20 contiguous memory. So for example, let's say your memory allocation start from 8, So first value will get location at 8 to 12, which is 4 byte. So 8 to 12, 4 byte will be assigned to first variable, first value. Memory location 12 to 16 will be allocated to second value. Similarly, 16 to 20 will be allocated to third value. 20 to 24 will be allocated to fourth value, and 24 to basically the last one, which is will be 4 byte, means 28 will be allocated to last value, and each will be accessed using index. So you can see 20 bytes of contiguous memory will be allocated for this array. Okay, and whatever the array that name you have created, right, what it will do is it will allocate a memory. Okay, and whatever the initial allocation of your array is there, right, initial allocation, memory allocation is 8, right, so 8 will be stored here. So 8 memory location will be stored here. So what will happen is, now array will always point to a starting memory location of your array. Okay, now so since we know integer is of size 4 byte, so what will happen is, whenever you say I want to access 0th index, so internally what C# will do is, it will take this value 8 and it will add this index 0 into 4, because 4 is my one value size, integer size. So 8 plus 0 into 4, which is 8. So at 8th location I should be able to get the value 10. Similarly, let's say I am saying I want to access array at index 2, right, so 2 is this one. So what runtime will get this value 8. Okay, it will take the passed index as 2, it will multiply it with 4, because integer size is 4. So 4 into 2, which is 8. 8 plus 8, 16. So it will get this memory location, right. So whatever the value which is 20 is stored here will be returned there. So it's a simple funda. Whatever the index you want to access, it will simply multiply it with the size of the variable, which is integer. So here it will be 4. So 1 into 4, and it will just add the array base location, right. So array base location, which is starting location, is 8. So in that way, this is the internal working of an array. So whenever you give an index, it will take the base address of your array, then it will take the index, multiply with the number of bytes, and simply add to the base address, and it will get the value. Just keep in mind that array will be always be in a continuous memory location, due to which this logic will be applied, like take the base array, take the index number, multiply it with the number of bytes each value will be taking to store it, add with base address, and you will get the address memory location address of that particular value. Okay, so this is what I had to discuss for array. If you have any doubt, you can always comment. I'll try to answer all of your questions, and please do subscribe my channel, and also click on the bell icon, so that whenever I post any new videos, you will get the notification. Thanks for watching the video. Have a good